3, 2, 1, go!
Aku lalu ikut Yesus. Aku mau taat dan setia. Dalam setia dan duka, ku tetap percaya. Tujuan dalam iman, tak akan ku menyerah sampai dari akhir. Ku mau tetap setia. Ku berlari kepada Yesus, Dialah sumber kekuatanku. Dia penolong yang setia, Yesus menjalani masa depanku. Aku lalu ikut Yesus. Aku mau taat dan setia. Dalam setia dan duka, ku tetap percaya. Berjuang dalam iman, tak akan ku menyerah sampai dari akhir. Ku mau tetap setia. Ku berlari kepada Yesus, Dialah sumber kekuatanku. Dia penolong yang setia, Yesus menjalani masa depanku. Ku berlari kepada Yesus, Dialah sumber kekuatanku. Dia penolong yang setia, Yesus menjalani masa depanku. Berjuang dalam iman, tak akan ku menyerah sampai garis akhir. Ku tetap setia, Yesus menjalani masa depanku. Ku berlari kepada Yesus, Dialah sumber kekuatanku. Dia penolong yang setia, Yesus menjalani masa depanku.
Halo teman-teman, kita berjumpa lagi dan kita masuk di pelajaran yang terakhir. Hari ini kita akan belajar tentang bos dalam tim balap. Wah, dalam lomba motor, pembalap hebat pun masih membutuhkan yang namanya bos yang pintar supaya bisa menang. Bos ini membantu melihat jalan dan memberitahu apa yang harus dilakukan. Dalam hidup kita juga butuh pemimpin. Dan pemimpin yang terbaik itu adalah Yesus. Kalau kita minta Yesus jadi bos atas hidup kita, itu namanya kita diselamatkan. Kita berkata, Yesus, aku mau ikut Engkau, jadilah pemimpin dalam hidupku. Nah teman-teman, kita akan melihat apa sih yang Yesus lakukan atas hidup kita. Semuanya sudah siap? Yuk kita akan siap-siap untuk melihat apa yang Yesus telah lakukan untuk hidup kita.
God's story, Easter. So part of God's story is about Easter, and it begins like this. You might know Easter as the Sunday a ginormous bunny hides chocolate inside plastic eggs. But Easter is really all about how much Jesus loves us and how God sent him to rescue us. Remember how the Jews, God's special family, were waiting for a king to come rescue them? Well, Jesus was the king, and this rescue was the whole reason he came to earth. God had already rescued the Jews once before, but this time it was going to include everyone. So one night, Jesus told his friends about the rescue. Exciting, right? But talking about this rescue was sad. That's because Jesus was going to rescue the world by dying. Kids, every mean or bad thing we do deserves punishment. By dying, Jesus took our punishment. Lots of things in life have good parts and bad parts. And just like candy bars are mostly good, as long as you brush your teeth after you eat one, this story is a really good one. Anyway, talking about the rescue made Jesus sad since he didn't really want to die. Thankfully, we can talk to God when we're sad, so Jesus took a few friends into a garden to pray. In the garden, a guy named Judas, who people thought was Jesus' friend, came with some people to help arrest Jesus. Peter, one of Jesus' true friends, was so mad he cut off a servant's ear with his sword. But Jesus didn't want his friends to hurt others, so Jesus healed the ear and let them arrest him. Then Jesus was taken to trial. One of the most powerful men in the city, Pontius Pilate, wanted to let Jesus go. But many of the people wanted Jesus to die. They didn't believe he was the Son of God or any kind of king. Even after all the miracles Jesus did, like healing sick people and making blind people see, they didn't believe in him. The people were so mad, they started yelling, "Kill him!" So Pontius Pilate let the soldiers take Jesus. The soldiers made fun of the idea that Jesus was a king. They put a crown of thorns on his head and nailed him to a cross. Many people watched, but not all of them wanted Jesus to die. His mother and close friends were there too. Just imagine how they must have felt. Once Jesus was up on the cross, the sun stopped shining for 3 whole hours in the middle of the day. But those soldiers kept right on making fun of him. They said, "If you're really God's son, why don't you just call on some angels to save you?" Jesus could have called on angels to save him, but he loved us so much that he wanted to rescue us. So instead, he prayed to God, "Father, I place my life into your hands." At that moment, Jesus died. And when he died, the soldiers who had just killed him realized he really was the Son of God. Later, Jesus was put into a tomb and a big rock blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends thought that was the end. But 3 days later, God sent an angel to roll the stone away. Don't worry, Jesus could get out on his own. The angel moved the rock so everybody else could see the tomb was empty. Jesus' friends were the first to stop by the tomb. The angel said, "He has risen," which is another way of saying Jesus is alive. Nobody could believe it. Jesus took our punishment and then proved he really is the Son of God by coming back to life. Now, if we choose to follow Jesus, God forgives us for all the wrong things we do because Jesus already took our punishment. And that's the story of Easter.
Wow, luar biasa yang Yesus sudah lakukan untuk hidup kita. Kita perlu sadar bahwa dulu manusia sering berbuat dosa, dan dosa itu membuat kita jauh dari Tuhan. Tapi Tuhan sangat sayang sama kita. Jadi Dia mengirim Yesus ke dunia untuk mati di kayu salib, menggantikan dosa-dosa kita. Tapi Yesus hidup lagi, teman-teman. Dan sekarang siapapun yang percaya kepada Yesus akan diselamatkan dan bisa hidup selamanya bersama Yesus dalam kerajaan surga. Teman-teman, kalau kita mau sungguh-sungguh menyerahkan hidup kita kepada Tuhan, hidup kita akan jauh lebih baik. Kita nggak akan mudah nabrak, kita nggak akan mudah salah jalan, karena Yesus mau menjadi pembimbing, penuntun untuk kehidupan kita. Hari ini, kita semuanya akan menyerahkan hidup kita kepada Tuhan. Kita akan berdoa. Kita percaya bahwa Yesuslah pemimpin atas hidup kita. Teman-teman semuanya, sungguh-sungguh ya, dan terima keselamatan dari Yesus, dan jangan pernah goyah. Tuhan Yesus memberkati kita semuanya. Nyalakan mesinmu.